Hello friends, welcome to MALUKA IAS. It's day 6 of daily answer writing that we are doing for GS and for various options like history, political science and international relations in both Hindi and English medium and anthropology. Friends, n number of students are benefiting from this, the free course that we have started. And the question for the day is the Indian capitalist class with its own notion on how the anti-imperialist struggle ought to be waged. With this in view, comment upon the role of the Indian business class during the civil disobedience movement. क्वेश्चन का मतलब समझते हैं पहले इंडियन कैपिटलिस्ट क्लास का एक एंटी इंपीरियलिस्ट स्ट्रगल हमने कैसे लड़नी थी, इनकी अपनी समझ थी। एंड इसी समझ के कंटेक्स्ट में आपको देखा कि इंडियन बिजनेस क्लास ने सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट के अंदर फॉर एग्जांपल क्या रोल प्ले किया। अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, सच क्वेश्चंस ऑफन कम इन यूपीएससी। Yes, they had their own notion on how this anti-imperialist struggle has to be. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल बात करते हैं 1905 में या 1920 में आपको इंडियन कैपिटलिस्ट क्लास का रोल देखने को नहीं मिलता है, बट ऑन द अदर हैंड 1930 दे प्ले अ वेरी मेजर रोल इन दिस, क्योंकि इनके समझ के मुताबिक था। एंड देयरफॉर वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड what is this understanding of the Indian capitalist class that comparatively becomes important, और उसी understanding के basis के ऊपर ही आपको आई क्वेश्चन है। Indian capitalist class had its own notion in the context how this has to be struggled. And when you talk about this, the Indian capitalist class was attracted toward the civil disobedience movement that was there. It was moved by the civil disobedience movement that was there. And why? Because the program of CDM were in consonance with, were in understanding with what? Understanding with what? The demands, the aims, the aspirations of Indian capitalist class. And why this has become important, why this role is different? Because 1990 for example, World War के context में, when this World War ended, the decision was taken that we need to develop certain industries in India also. Indian business class at that particular point of time found an opportunity. यहाँ हमें भी कुछ हो सकता है, भी मिल सकता है। Therefore, लेकिन क्या था? They needed some sort of protection. And therefore, what is important is, अगर इनको कोई ना कोई protection चाहिए, for example, newly industries are there, those only industries has to be protected. इसके अगर उनको कोई benefit दिलवा सकता है, it is the Congress. They understood by 1926, 1927 that if any organization can help us providing for protection from foreign imports or other things, it would be the Indian National Congress only. इसी context में, on the one hand, we were attracted towards this movement, the civil disobedience movement that was there. On the other hand, the development that had taken place in 1920s, that played a very important and a fundamental role in changing what is known as the views, the ideas and ideology, the thinking of what is known as the Indian capitalist class. तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा important हो जाता है, क्योंकि program has to be in consonance with, for example, the demands of industries also. वो क्या demand कर? And understanding of the Indian capitalist class, अगर हमें ब्रिटिशर के खिलाफ कोई हेल्प कर सकता है, वो जाती है, या for example, it is the Congress that has been there. Therefore, it becomes comparatively important that they would be supporting this movement because of the understanding that they have been reached at this particular point of time. उनको समझ आ चुकी थी. And program, for example, when you talk about the program, for example, like Swadeshi, the program, for example, Wycon, and the incentive that was there, that played a very important role in this particular regard, that CDM emphasized upon the use of the indigenously manufactured goods that are there. इंडिजिनियसली मैन्युफैक्चर के ऊपर अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल ये फोकस कर रहे हैं, इसी कंटेक्स्ट में और भी ज़्यादा कंपेरेटिवली ये इम्पोर्टेंट है। बॉयकॉट वाज देयर, इफ बॉयकॉट वाज देयर, अब बॉयकॉट कर रहे हैं, कुछ स्ट्राइक्स कर रहे हैं, जस्ट एज एन एग्जांपल, इफ द स्ट्राइक्स आर बीइंग कैरिड आउट, द स्ट्राइक्स आर बेसिकली डन फॉर एग्जांपल इन इंडियन ओन इंडस्ट्रीज आल्सो, फॉर एग्जांपल शोलापुर में स्ट्राइक इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। The industrialists understood one thing very clearly, that we are ready to bear loss for a short amount of time, for a short period of time. But हमें protection चाहिए in the law. And that is what Congress can give us, what the Britishers will not be giving us directly. It is through Congress that we would be getting. And therefore, they were also under a sort of nationalistic spirit also. कि हाँ अभी हमें देश में नेशनल मूवमेंट में कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन करने की जरूरत भी है. That was there. They understood that Britishers will not take them seriously until the demand of theirs is basically being put forward by the Congress. और उनकी डिमांड को उतना सीरियसली फॉर एग्जाम्पल को नहीं लिया जाएगा. नॉट ओनली दिस, दे हैड स्ट्राइक्स इनको बेनिफिट. इनिशियल फेज में अगर फॉर एग्जाम्पल कोई इंडियन कैपिटलिस्ट क्लास की कोई इंडस्ट्री है उससे भी तो स्ट्राइक होगी ना. जब स्ट्राइक होगी तो नुकसान है, वेजेस तो देने पड़ेंगे. बट उनको लगता था कि शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन के लिए है, और लॉन्ग ड्यूरेशन इट इज नॉट दैट कि जिसके चलते फॉर एग्जाम्पल कॉन्टिन्यूसली हमें बेनिफिट हो जाएगा. स्ट्राइक्स विल बी शॉर्ट लिव्ड ओनली. नॉट ओनली दिस, दे हैव देयर ओन अंडरस्टैंडिंग. जब अंडरस्टैंडिंग की बात करते हैं इसके कंटेक्स्ट फॉर एग्जाम्पल बॉडी पार्ट में आपका देखेंगे अंडरस्टैंडिंग इन जैसे इसी पोर्टिवली चलता रहेगा. द वे द मूवमेंट हैज टू बी लॉन्च्ड, the way, what were the indigenous content of this particular movement. So Veshita, Vaikwata, for example, strikes was to be carried out. They understood it was a chain perspective for not supporting in 1905, not supporting in 1920, and what supporting in 1930. For example, one is the understanding that developed in 1920s, the nationalistic spirit that was there, and the understanding that Britishers will not be directly giving them anything if the Congress of the country is not supporting them. It is understanding that they have reached, and understanding that the movement will be a short-lived only. It was expected that movement will be short-lived. तो उनको क्या लगा है शॉर्ट करने के लिए तो हम नुकसान झेल सकते हैं. Therefore, it was this understanding that the movement will be short-lived, and we will be in a position to bear losses for a short period of time, and therefore they have supported this movement. But next, the change perspective of FLA. But when this movement continued for a year, they came to know कि फिर आउटकम बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं मिल रहा है. Therefore, the signing of the Gandhi in fact was also, they said that it was also, for example, the pressure that was put forward by this capitalist class that forced Gandhi or the Congress to sign what is known as the Gandhi in fact. This is also understanding. So यहाँ पे हमने क्वेश्चन फॉर एग्जाम्पल क्या था, इंडियन कैपिटलिस्ट क्लास एड इट ओन नोशन. इनका अपना ये एक नोशन था. What notion, किस तरीके से एंटी इंपीरियलिस्ट स्ट्रगल लड़नी है. And this notion has developed in 1920s itself. On the one hand, it understanding that हमें directly कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला. It is with Congress, with Gandhi that कोई will be. And अगर कांग्रेस और गांधी को सपोर्ट भी करना है तो कैसे करना है और कब तक करना है कि अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग है. इस वजह से they supported. इसी वजह से for example, they did not support in 1905 or 1920 of comment upon the road. Therefore, the road is in the full both the perspective that are there. Both perspective का मतलब क्या हुआ? Initial phase में they supported the movement, believing that the movement will be short-lived. But later on, when the movement continued, they are facing huge losses. They also forced Congress and Gandhi to sign what is known as, for example, the idea Gandhi effect that was there. The role played by at that particular point of time. That is the prevailing crisis that history के आप अपना आंसर great. Friends, model answer is uploaded at MALUKA IAS की ऐप के ऊपर. For example, you would be getting the model answers that are there. Continuously ऐसे on बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आपके साथ अब डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. Continue to write those particular questions. बहुत ही ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होने वाले फ्रेंड्स आपके लिए. एंड कंटिन्यू वाचिंग ऑल दोज क्लासेस, चाहे वो जीएस के लिए, चाहे वो पॉलिटिकल साइंस इंटरनेशनल रिलेशंस के लिए, चाहे वो हिस्ट्री के लिए, या फॉर एग्जाम्पल वेल्स के लिए. कंटिन्यू ज्वाइन ऑल दीज सेशंस दैट आर देयर. और साथ में और भी आपके साथ करंट अफेयर की क्लासेस भी हम स्टार्ट करेंगे. थैंक यू वेरी मच फ्रेंड्स. टेक केयर ऑफ योरसेल्फ.